Ladies and gentlemen, this is an article, Sussman Durham trial. Mark ELIAS says he briefed Clinton campaign officials on Fusion GPS oppo against Trump. This is a Fox News article on testimony of Mark ELIAS. Mark ELIAS turned the tables, or I should say, testified essentially against Clinton. This is unheard of. I explained in my segment prior to this one that ROBBY MOOK, CNN, Hillary Clinton personally approved plan to share Trump bank allegations to media. Newsweek, Trump responds after MOOK says Clinton approved leak of bank allegations. Okay, so then the Washington Post, in the typical misdirection and camouflage, journalistic camouflage, what they do is they say there's no evidence Hillary started the Russia probe. Nobody's saying that it was her decision either to accept accept a deal that would sell 20% of U.S. uranium capacity to you-know-who. No, never had the authority to do that. The issue was money going into the foundation and President Obama coincidentally not vetoing the sale after the money transfer. And with this monstrosity, or this very sad chapter in American history, it was Madam Secretary who purchased the Steele dossier. And so the Steele dossier, in addition to Alexander Downer's gossip of George Papadopoulos, which was not national security, Downer is linked to the foundation. The public relations executive who fed information to Danchenko, who's now on trial, is linked directly to both Bill and Hillary. Everyone from Andrew McCabe, who got hundreds of thousands of dollars from Democrats in Virginia, to Peter Strzok, who said we'll stop Trump, is linked in some way to the Clintons. Now, that is 18 U.S. Code 371. It's not rocket science, okay? It's not rocket science. Democrats would never allow, and if you're a morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrat and you're watching this, or a wonderful, progressive who's going to vote for Hillary no matter what, if she runs, and let me tell you, nobody will be happier than I will for a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024, or Clinton DeSantis 2024. I want Clinton to run and be the nominee. Nobody wants that more than I do, because I want to see every left-leaning pundit from 2016 tell their viewers again to vote for Clinton. It would be absolutely beautiful, and for other reasons too. We need a redo of 2016, but I'm going to say this very slowly. For highly educated, morally superior, oftentimes apoplectic liberal Democrats, you would never allow Rudy Giuliani to purchase a dossier against President Mashed Potato Brains or Bill and Hillary. But you allowed that to be done to Trump. Sorry, his mean tweets don't warrant one of the most egregious offenses in American political history. You would never allow morally superior liberal Democrat in a million years, a bureau agent, Peter Strzok, to say, we'll stop Clinton, or we'll stop Mashed Potato Brains Biden. You would never allow that. That's the point. 18 U.S. Code 371 is the legal statute they said that Trump should be indicted under. Simply because, and this was the Brookings Institution, a whole bunch of Slate, a whole bunch of publications and organizations stated that Trump should be indicted under 18 U.S. Code 371. It's a statute where if you conspire against the United States government to deceive or defraud the U.S. government, you can go to prison. Okay, Durham didn't care about Sussman's conviction, almost certainly, and I'll explain why. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. We're heading into a recession. Like I said, the stock market is continuing to tank. Bitcoin is crashing. Subscribe below to the stock market crash channel right now and the Bitcoin crash to 10,000 or lower channel right now. I have amazing segments today on there. hit subscribe to both of those channels, to my new Patreons. Thank you. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below. Become a member of this channel. If you want to give a super thanks to this segment, a super thanks is below. And share this everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Durham did not care about the conviction of Sussman. Nobody knew who Michael Sussman was. He's not a very important individual in the pantheon of everyone who conspired against Trump. He wanted to get ROBBY MOOK, almost certainly, John Durham knows exactly what he's doing. Now, again, he's going to need the House and the Senate, which will go Trump Republican, to run parallel investigations, just like the House did with Mueller. Mueller found nothing. The reason the Mueller probe existed is to find out if Trump was conspiring alongside foreign operatives. Not one person was ever indicted. Julian Assange should be free. He was never indicted or charged for conspiring alongside an operative of the Kremlin. It never happened. Nobody in Trump's administration was. So the 18 U.S. Code 371 statute, you need people to basically rat and tell on each other. That's what MOOK and ELIAS did inadvertently. Now, if you're Bill or Hillary, you're very upset at MOOK or ELIAS. Or you're disappointed at least. Because they didn't have to, well, I mean, if they were asked a direct question, maybe they did. But this is the first time in modern U.S. history, maybe during the Ken Starr, Lewinsky special counsel, maybe, but this is the first time in the past 30 years that anyone has ever said anything directly, like in a court of law, under oath, implicating Hillary. It has not happened. Well, Hillary, I don't even know if that's ever happened in a court of law. Bill, yes. Okay, but Hillary, it's never happened in a court of law. And you're talking to somebody who wants Hillary Clinton to be the nominee of the Democratic Party. I pray every single day. Because I live in 2016. I'm a dinosaur relic of 2016. If you watch this channel, it's the DNC primary, Bernie Sanders getting cheated, and an American understanding that, hey, you know what? Donald Trump is needed to address a very, very corrupt system that includes the DNC primary. Well, Donald Trump is needed to make sure that we don't head into a depression. We're heading into a recession. I want a great economy, and I want a foreign policy that opposes the Lincoln Project, never-ending military conflict. That's what Donald Trump and DeSantis offer. That's what I thought Bernie Sanders offered, but he actually votes alongside the Lincoln Project. That is a fact. Lincoln Project is embedded within the Democratic Party. Anyone who votes Democrat is voting for never-ending military conflict. Okay? And blaming another country for our problems. They're the xenophobic political party, not the Trump Republicans. They're the ones who blame the Kremlin for literally everything. You could be Tulsi Gabbard, Bernie Sanders, Trump. Anyone who opposes the Democratic Party is either a bigoted operative of the Kremlin who is spreading information that's not accurate. It's the most vapid propaganda spin. But here, what I'm trying to tell you is he's investigating Clinton because he has the evidence or the testimony that he needed from MOOK and ELIAS. That's never happened before. It has not happened. I don't think it's ever happened in a court of law that anyone has ever testified implicating Hillary into anything. It's never happened before. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. It's never happened before. Am I wrong? Yeah, am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's never happened before in a court of law. Nobody has ever testified against Hillary. Okay? It's never happened before. But ROBBY MOOK and Mark Elias did. And that's part of the investigation into Clinton, and that's 18 U.S. Code 371. Now you have more information that shows a concerted effort starting from the person that hired everybody. This is not rocket science, and maybe John Durham, there's a method to the madness. There's probably a method to the madness. There's probably a method to the madness that we don't understand. And so, again, look, Durham could be just wasting time, or he could be wasting time, or he could be thinking of a long-term plan. Either way, I think that he's thinking more long-term, because 18 U.S. Code 371 is the statute for those who conspire against the United States government. But what needs to happen is parallel investigations from the House, which will happen, and the Senate, which will happen. Trump Republicans will take over, and they want payback, without a shadow of a doubt. They want payback, and they have something to work with. They'll impeach Biden like probably more than twice. Hunter's emails alone show clear violations of the law. And there's a reason that Twitter and every other publication said it was a plot from the Kremlin, because it implicates, like Republicans actually have something to work with in terms of indictments and prosecutions and impeachment of President Mashed Potato Brains. Okay, Sussman was like a low level. The whole thing, the reason it didn't work is because Durham has to build a case for a much wider conspiratorial statute, or statute that involves conspiratorial endeavors. He cannot just say, "Oh well, you know what? Let's put James Baker on the witness stand." Nobody trusts him. Nobody trusts former bureau officials. Nobody trusts former FBI officials in D.C. They know that they were working hand in hand with the Clinton campaign, and that's where the crime occurs. Not a low, like a small, like an somewhat insignificant lie. The lie was there. Like he went to court, he went to trial to obtain that testimony, almost certainly. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Go right now to the Bitcoin crash to 10,000 or lower channel and the stock market crash channel. Thanks, everybody.